Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is Dear UG here once again, and this time we're here for another video game review. Because this one is Clash Force, which is available on PS4, and it's also available on the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox One. And this game came out July 3rd, so not too long ago, and it's from our wonderful favorite company, Little Arcade Games, and the game is currently $4.99. And it only takes 61.73 megabytes of space. Now, if you need a description of the game, the evil Crackman and his minions are causing mayhem, and only Clash Force is up to the task of stopping his fiendish plans. Guide Voom, Scorpido, or Etika through force-based hydrophyted desert underground mines and eventually to Crackman's flying fortress, where the final battle will unfold. Now, there were over 20 stages of this retro action game, multiple weapon upgrades to make wasting enemies a snap, and you can pick from 3 difficulties pegged for the knowledge of the 1980s game master. Autosave features let you pick off where you left off, so that is a plus, unlike the last game I just reviewed where there was no autosave. This one does have an autosave system, so that is a good thing. But you notice I have the music off. Well, that's because of the fact of it is so drowning and heavy that it will give you a headache after a while. At least it did for me. While I do love the music in this game, it's something I can only really say that, hey. Now, of course, I love using Etika here because he looks like a platypus. Now, as you can already see, I have already got most of the stages done. But why am I reviewing it now when I still have a few more stages to go? Well, that's because of the fact to get the platinum, you only have to beat the first 15 stages of the game. After you get that done, you are technically done with the game itself, if for you trophy hunters out there. So there's that. Now let's just take a look at the gameplay. We're going to start off on stage number 1, and that way you can see how the bosses are. Crackman and his evil forces invade, and only Clash Force can stop him. As you can see, it does look like a little bow of Mega Man-ish type Looney Tunes, Tiny Toons, if anybody remembers that game from the NES. Pretty much your X button is your jump, square and circle, or circle is also your jump, and square is your shoot. But if you hold R2, you get a continuous shot of whee, a boom, boom, boom. Of course, you do get 3 hearts, and you do get a shield later on in levels to actually help you. This is one of the power-ups you got, which is the purple laser beam of death. Now, once you get hit, though, you do lose your power-up. I should keep that in mind. Now, the shield lets you take an extra hit. Case in point, I just lost it, so in most of these levels, and I have played it on hard mode, really not much of a difference. Except there's usually a little bit more enemies and not as enough shields or hearts. That's the only real big difference there. But for your trophy hunters out there, all you really need is to beat it on normal if you so wish. Now, I love the design of the game. It looks very beautiful, and it does take me back to the good old days. I know a lot of people will probably pass on this just because of how it looks, but I feel like you shouldn't. I would definitely recommend this game, particularly of its price, if you love old school 80s games. Even on normal, you will die a lot too. This is a game you will die. Just deal with that, knowing ahead of time. And the boss passes all very challenging a bit. It did take me a few tries to beat the first boss, even on normal difficulty, and on hard difficulty, I did beat it as well. But it did take a while. Now, of course, none of the 3 characters, there's really no difference except their appearance. So you either get to play as a rhino, scorpion, or platypus. Somebody makes me think they were watching Spider-Man when they came up with 2 of these. Yeah, boy. And I lost my shield. No Roman Reigns here tonight. And I forgot to turn off notifications, but that's alright. I'm probably going to be right back to bed after this is done anyway. My only real complaint with the game itself, it is the fact of I wish the characters had more personality, as they really don't. It's all their look. There's no real. Kind of wish, they would have gave the characters like each a different ability or something. But overall, it is a fun game for its price, and it's a short game. So if you're kind of on a situation where you need to beat something quick, or play something quick that doesn't take an eternity to beat, I would say get this game. Also, if you love the old school games like Mega Man or Darkwing Duck or anything from the late 80s, early 90s type of gameplay. By the way, your platypus cannot swim, which is hilarious because I thought platypuses could swim. So for all the trophy difficulty, I'm actually going to give it a 1.5 out of 5. It is not that hard. Dead. Looks like this would be good to play on the Vita when I don't have calls. It is actually a fun game, I will say, Brad. It is a good game. I would recommend it. So the game itself, since I already gave the trophy rating, the game itself, even though I'm not a big fan of its music, and I know a lot of people will hate it because of how short it is, it's not that long of a game. I have beaten it on my other account that I do to see how long it takes, and it only takes about an average of, depending how good you are, about 40 minutes. So trophy hunter wise, you're good. Gameplay, you're good. Not a big fan of the soundtrack. Kind of wish the characters had more design to them, but I digest. So I would give Clash Force a 4 out of 5. It is definitely recommended, even for its few shortcomings it does have. Which is ironically enough, another game I platinumed not too long ago, the Octo thing, I actually gave that a 3.5 out of 5, but at least this game has an autosave feature at least. Now the boss fights, you pretty much are always facing Crackman. So you can already tell they kind of ripped off a lot of the Mega Man thing, because I think this is pretty much supposed to be like, yeah, he's like Dr. Wily. By the way, you can just really cheat this boss. Most of the bosses you can find an exploit. So there's that. Definitely comes recommended. It's available right now. Came out last week, and until then, this is the DRUG signing off, saying see you later tonight. I don't know what I'm going to be streaming tonight. It could be one of 3 games, so we'll see what it is when we get there. Till then, tally ho and ta-ta.